Here we go. We are recording. Welcome to the Five Families campaign. We're in Shadow Valley. There's 5 families in the valley. They have 5 castles, respectively. The castle you visited is the Grimm family. They were very nice to you and very happy once you saved them from the undead, the skeletons, and the zombie horse. And they gave you treasures, and they took you in, gave you food. And soon after, they had you off to challenge the Ogre, who's been causing problems. And that's where we're going to pick up. You've gone into the old tower monument, and you're in there clearing out spiders. You cleared out the whole first room. Congratulations. Now you're going into the second chamber, which is upstairs. I have here Kroll, who is a fighter. You saved him, the orc, and you've healed him also. He thanks you for that. Sir Balon, who was your protector, NPC on the way from the Grim Castle for help. We have Twigs the Druid, that's played by Bob. We have Quillis the Wizard, played by Ben. And we have Hyphy the Druid, played by Gwen. Sorry, did I switch that around? Anyways, I'd like you to take a minute and introduce your character. Just kind of describe your character. If you want to tell us how they look, and maybe a mannerism or two, maybe a flaw or two. Just take a minute. We'll start with Hyphy. Go ahead.
Sure. Hyphy is small, is slight, typical for a gnome. She has curly hair, which happens to be purpley black, and her skin is the color of hazelnut shells. She has violet eyes, and for clothes, she's wearing like a plain dark brown muslin jumpsuit, but you can see at times poking out bright, fancy garments, poking out at different places, like around.
Hang on one second. Bob.
Yeah.
Put your mic on mute because we're getting background noises and it's blocking out Gwen from coming on the camera. Can you do that? Okay, I'm so sorry, Gwen. I wanted to get you on camera just so I can see you, and I wasn't looking at a blank screen. Can you start again? I'm so sorry. Go ahead. You were doing great.
Sure. I don't even know if my camera's working. Is it working?
Oh, that's why your camera's not.
Because I'm on my phone this time instead of my tablet because we have no internet. So I'm not sure. I mean,
anyway, you can put your camera on.
I thought it was. So
it's on just a black screen.
Okay. So
I'm sorry, Bob. So it wasn't Bob. It was you.
It was me, Bob. I'm sorry. Okay, so I clicked share, and it said only the host can share in this meeting, so I can't share.
You're not sharing.
Yeah.
Right. No. So, let me try this. Sorry about that.
Ooh,
our internet is down. So.
There you go. Perfect.
Yay!
Perfect.
Sorry about that. Ooh.
Wonderful. Okay, I'm sorry. You were telling us about your gnome.
Yep. So she's got them really plain clothes. And but you can see that she has like really bright embroidered stuff that kind of pokes out underneath, like fancier clothes, but her outerwear is very plain, really plain. Her hair is in braids. She's carrying all kinds of pouches, but not like in a stuff slung everywhere. It's very controlled and tight to her body. And even though it looks like really hyper organized, you can see stuff like poking out at closure points, like feathers and vegetation, that kind of thing, leaves. She doesn't have much jewelry on, but what you can see is polished chunks of amber that's held by braided dried grasses. And she's got a raccoon-like charcoal-colored mask over her eyes, which just doesn't come up really. She wears it all the time that you see her. She is 3 foot 2 inches tall and weighs about 36 pounds. She's curious, she's friendly. You're having to look behind you at times. Sometimes she's running ahead, but sometimes she is behind talking to an animal or trying to gather some components. She's like the annoying person that you go on a tour with who stops to take pictures and you have to say, nope, we gotta go, come on. Sometimes that makes her distractible. She's also at times impulsive, and she corrects people's grammar, which is really a
Oh, one of those English teachers. I see.
She was a tutor for a long time with 4 different generations of royal children, and so she is she still falls into that habit. It's annoying.
I'd like you to correct the monster's grammar when the time comes to see how that works out for you.
Is that an order, sir?
We'll see. Great. That's wonderful. Thank you. Let's go to Quillis, please. Thank you.
So Quillis Onrum is a very tall goat king. And you see kind of small horns. So they don't have the whole curved shape. They're just kind of peeking out the top of his head. And has mostly speckled gray fur. Doesn't really wear clothing, but it's thick enough fur that it's not a problem. It's almost like he's wearing fur, like that's the amount. Has all sorts of straps and books and packs, etc., all around. And specifically back to the fur. So everywhere except his face is like the speckled gray, and there's like a flat front, like the sloped face of his face. Has a different like color scheme, so the edge of the face is outlined in white, and then the middle of the front like flat area is black. So it creates this kind of stark imagery that looks a little spooky. He is very slow but controlled in movements, and isn't necessarily the most personable, but is like takes in everything that he sees and goes systematically one thing after the other, which is a little hard in a conversation with him, because it doesn't go anywhere very fast. But that is that's about it for him.
Wonderful. Now let's
Is Quillis a wizard?
do Twigs.
Yes.
He's a wizard, and Happy's a druid.
And what's his race?
Goat's king.
Goat king.
Goat king race?
Think of it like a goat, man.
But he walks around on 2 legs, right?
Yeah.
There was a TV show where, what was that called? That was on recently where the guy was half goat. Fae, was it? I forgot the name of it.
Magicians.
What is it called?
Magicians.
No, it was just
that was a good recently, show.
Not magicians. They had fae and they would fly around. They had wings and stuff, and then they had half goats. Is he kind of like that? The like a black character played a half goat, half man character.
It was a new show.
Yeah, it was a new show.
I saw that fairies, they were like having sex.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't see the whole show, but I saw the fairies. I didn't see the goat guys.
Is that what he's like, or is he's like a straight up? He looks like a goat. He's got a goat head, goat horns, but he's upright.
He's a goat head, goat horns, but he's upright.
And does he have hands, or does he have hooves?
Yes, he has hands and hooves on his feet. He has fingers on his hands and his hooves on his feet.
Okay, so he's humanoid with a goat lower half kind of and a goat head.
And a goat upper half also.
Well, not really. I mean, the humanoid torso.
But it's
Okay.
got fur all over it, essentially. Okay.
Yeah.
So Twigs is a druid. He's a human, and he looks a lot like, I'm gonna pretty much put him in the category of like a Native American. So he'll have the Native American kind of dress with lots of beads. He'll have the hair, the long black hair, straight black hair. He'll have really tan reddish skin. His style of dress will be like that. He wields a scimitar, a hammer. It's all ornate, very Native American style in his dress, in his speech. So I kind of want basically his druid gods to be the Native American mythos. Essentially, I'll have to do some research on that, which god he's gonna worship. If they have a druid god, I would imagine they would. He is young. He's about 19 years old. He basically, his one trait that I have, I'll probably have to put more background. I haven't done a lot of background on him, but he's claustrophobic from when he was a child, falling into a well type thing. So that fear he has. Let's see. He wields a hammer, scimitar, a sling, a sickle, and a torch now. His skills are luck and appraisal. I guess he's a good trader when it comes to, he's not gonna let anybody hustle him, kind of when you hit the trading post, when he trades with other merchants. So that's about it. I'll have to do a little picture of him where he's in his getup, his Native American getup. So he'll probably just be like one feather in his hair, really light leather with beaded decorations on his chest, maybe like some bark chest plate or something like that, but look very Native American. Pants, and he would have like a backpack and stuff like that. So that's about it for him as far as he looks. His personality is he's very loyal. He's very protective of his environment and anybody that wants to try to destroy his natural habitat. So I guess he would be very offended by undead, because they're basically destroyers of life. And he's the exact opposite of that. He basically protects life and cherishes it. And that's about it for his personality so far, but it'll get more in depth as we go on with the campaign.
Wonderful. Okay, great. Let me talk about Sir Balon. He's a young human, brave, training to be a knight. He has plate mail, longsword, shield. He's brave / foolhardy, not so intelligent, but very brave and strong. And he came over with you guys as protection from the Grim Castle. He's a warrior, trained to be a knight from the Grim Castle. And Baron Grim had him come help you guys against the ogre. Kroll, the one you saved, he's an orc from the Gush family, and he seems to be very happy to join your party and very happy you saved him. He seems like he's willing to help, and he tells you he had a great mace, a two-handed mace, which is missing now. He's looking for that, but he has no weapon. He has leather armor, and he's looking to maybe get his weapon and do some fighting, if possible. Any questions on that?
So wait, did you say he was wearing plate armor? Sir Balon?
Sir Balon has plate armor, sword, and shield. Kroll has leather armor, no weapon.
Oh, Kroll?
He's the orc that you saved that was getting eaten by spiders.
Got it. Okay.
Balin came over as a protector from the Grimm family to help with the ogre.
Okay.
So we'll have 2 NPCs this game, if you don't mind.
Yeah, Robin's not gonna make it. Not feeling
Okay.
well.
Okay, no worries. Any questions on that?
Quick comment. I do
Yeah.
remember giving Kroll a torch.
Great.
Said he
So
would
he,
have
has a, so
something.
he has a torch. So I'm gonna put here. Thank you. Torch. And let's say it's not lit because he doesn't need it for. He doesn't need it to see because he can see in the dark.
Okay.
And he'll light the torch if he needs to light it.
He's
can
an
use it
orc,
like
so
a-
he has night vision, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So
he
I
can
have
light
an
the torch.
extra hammer that he can use if he wants a weapon.
What kind of hammer is it?
It's just a war hammer. So if he uses a mace, wouldn't he be proficient in a war hammer too, or it's a different weapon?
Is that a D8?
No, I don't think it's a D8. I think it's like a D6 warhammer. Maybe it's even a D4.
It's not a D4. He'll take the warhammer. I think the warhammer is a D8, but I'm not. You gonna look it up?
Yeah.
He's gonna get +5/+3 with his strength and his proficiency. He can use the blunt weapons. Kroll has luck and strength, and Sir Balon has luck and history, so you guys know.
Okay, warhammer D8 bludgeoning.
So he's gonna use it with 2 hands. That's great. D8. His great mace is a D10, so he's looking for that, but he appreciates the warhammer. He says he'll return it to you when the adventure's over.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I started explaining the cocoon room, I call it, because so the lower chamber was a 20 by 20, and you guys cleared that out pretty good. The chamber you're going into now, up the stairs, is a 40 by 40. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Downstairs was a 20 high, 40 wide, and this chamber is a 40 by 40, so it's twice as high. It's like a higher ceiling on it. And you guys that want to go up the stairs have to make a dexterity check to get up the stairs. So if you're ready to do that, you can do that. Stairs are crumbling. They're badly broken and destroyed. It's no big deal, but you might fall down the steps, you know.
So
Go ahead.
I think I'm wounded from last time, right?
Yeah, I have you at 14 hit points, which is 6 hit
Out of
points
20.
damage.
Okay.
Let's check healing. Who has healing right now?
Well,
Ivy?
Good
I still
berry.
have 1 spell and 2 good berries. I was going to propose, because if we rest for an hour before heading up and are really quiet, if we take that hour, I can regain another spell slot, and that might make all the difference in healing somebody. I'm not sure how much healing Twigs has, but I'm down to 1 spell and 2 good berries, so not great.
You down to have
But
first level spell and 2 good berries.
But I
Does
can
anybody else-
regain a slot in an hour.
Does anybody else have good berries?
Yeah, I
left
do.
over?
I have 3.
You haven't
Good berries.
cast any first level spells?
Not this day. I just swing my scimitar mostly at the spiders.
When you say this day, when did you cast?
I cast it on day 1, then I got
Yeah, those all came back, right? So you're fresh in spells.
Okay.
That's the point.
all right, so do I have to roll for how many good berries I have essentially for
Well,
today?
yeah, roll d10. Roll d10.
Roll a D10. 4.
Okay, so you have 4 good berries. Now you can pop those, save those. Maybe save it to when it's more serious. You know, as far as the rule spell for 5th edition, if you get to 0 hit points, then we say you go down. And then you have to roll 3 death saving throws to live, otherwise you die. Meanwhile, that's the time when people can heal you, they can bind your wounds, they can heal you with good berries, potions, or healing spells. and that'll bring you right back up. So a good time to use a good berry is when someone goes down. I allow you to squeeze it in their mouth and like you move their mouth so they swallow it. You know, kind of like same thing with a healing potion. You can put a healing potion down the mouth of a down character, and then we'll allow it to work, right? So it's magic, right? So that's a good time to use a good berry or a potion or a spell, because no matter how you can be, 0 and down and then get healed, like essentially as either an action or a bonus action. So that way, that's how I like to do that rule. Any questions on that?
So basically, you just have to get the good berry in their mouth, and they'll instantly get a hit point.
Yeah, and we can do that as a bonus action.
Okay.
So you can attack and do that basically. If you pop the good berry now, you'll just get up to 4 hit points, no problem. But if you did it when you were 0, you go from being out and dying to coming back to life. So that's why that's more valuable there. You see the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. Just so we understand that, the ruling on that. Okay. I was explaining the cocoon room, but you guys have to make some dexterity checks coming up the stairs. So are you ready to do that?
Did anybody at all want to humor my idea of letting us rest an hour so that I could gain a spell slot
Okay.
back?
That's an awesome idea, and I'm not against resting, but seeing that there's monsters crawling around, I'm going to say this is not a safe place to rest. And if you go outside, there's going to be more encounters. And Sir Balin says, we can do this. Come on. Anybody?
Pusher. Yeah, I'm ready to roll.
Yeah, crunch time, come on.
We also scared away the spiders for the theoretically foreseeable future, but if we stay here, there's almost a guarantee that they would come back.
We go up the stairs, we're following where the spider went. So there's more of a guarantee that we'll find them sooner.
Well, they didn't go up the stairs. They went up a different route. Like they still went up, but through a different route, I believe. And yeah.
Well, this is obviously a linear adventure, so we have to follow the path that's in front of us, essentially, which is the staircase.
There's a saying like railroading. I don't want to railroad you guys, but
The writing is on the wall.
It's a red light to. It's not safe to rest right now. And yeah, if Sir Balin is trying to lead you, then he wants to get it done, and there's no place to rest. Basically, not safety. You can try.
Gotcha. Onward and upward.
Back in the day, I was telling Gwen, I was talking to her, back in the day, if you were a wizard or even a cleric, you would cast your spells, and then you'd have to pull out your dagger, and then you would have to throw your dagger or staff. So yeah, hey, builds character. Ideally, it's nice to always have your spells, but life isn't like that. You have to face the challenges as they come, and you're not always prepared with a full spell list.
Well, we could do the Monty Python method and just run away. Run away, run away.
Sometimes that's the way to go. Not every time, sometimes.
Well,
okay, got it. I am outvoted by everyone, including the DM. So let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody make a DC check, difficulty 8, as your dexterity to the D20 roll. Roll an 8 or higher, and you're good. If not, let me know.
Would Quillis be able to use the glue cantrip on the loose stones that he's walking up to secure them so that they acted as regular stairs?
You can try if you want to cast it.
Yeah.
You start casting the glue cantrip on the stairs to make them come together, but it just makes it all sticky. So it doesn't really help.
Fair enough.
But I'm going to give you mountain climbing. I'm going to give you climbing because you're a goat king, so you get advantage on your roll.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I'll just go up the side of the stairs, not even straight up.
I'm rolling for Quillet. I'm rolling for Sir Ballon and Kroll.
I got a 12.
So you pass. You're up the stairs.
18.
Nice.
Twig rolled a 10 plus 2, 12.
Nice. Okay, my guys, the NPCs make it also, so everyone's good, I guess. Okay, so it's dark in this room. The light has gone. There's only a small amount of light coming from the holes in the wall, but not enough to see if you're a human. So you guys have your torches?
Yes, I have a torch.
I have one as well.
This chamber is a 40 by 40, completely filled with man-sized cocoons. Some are smaller, some are bigger. Some seem to be plump, others are skinny and dried out. The light is gone. It's very dark. Only a few light comes from some peepholes. A few peepholes provide light. The cocoons have small, you notice when you put your torch that you can see a little better. And there's these hundreds of fist-sized spiders are starting to crawl over, they're crawling over the cocoons once you show the light. And they're crawling towards you like moths to the flame. Any thoughts? These are the fist-sized spiders that were the same size that were coming into the tower, the ones that you just destroyed, pretty much.
Yeah, not putting out the torch.
According to Jim, the baby spiders have more potent poison. I don't know, according to him. In case you hear this, Jim, thank you for that. But they're harmless compared to the big spiders, I think. Did you put out the torch?
No, I was saying the opposite. I'm like, even if they're kind of going towards it, there's no way I'm putting out this torch.
You guys have made some commotion coming into the room, and they start walking towards you. They're crawling over all these human-sized, man-sized cocoons. There's like maybe, I don't know, 100 of them. This whole room the whole bottom floor is filled. There's only a few areas where you can step that you're not on top of cocoons. Loads of spider webs. And on that, we're going to roll initiative. Everyone roll initiative at their desk.
Ooh, a 3. Plus 2, 5.
You'll be
Nat
attacking
one.
last.
Yikes.
I stand corrected.
12.
Okay, hang on. What is your role with dexterity, Heike?
2.
2. Quillis
12.
and Twigs.
5.
Well, for Sabalon and a Kroll. Ooh, they rolled low. Okay, 2 small spiders leap up. These fist-sized spiders from the cocoons, and then go for you guys. Hypha, you're number 1. Quillis, you're number 2. Twigs, you're number 3. Balance number 4, and Kroll's number 5. Here we go. Kroll. Kroll's like, no, not again.
He's got a hammer now and a torch.
And Twigs. I tell you, spiders love druids, man. All right. So you haven't eaten your good berries yet, just to check.
At 4.
Okay. I have an armor class. Let's do
14 AP.
Yeah, I got you here.
I didn't add for my protection, so 14.
Oh, okay. +2. Okay, you're right. I didn't have that. Is it +2 or +1?
It's +1, but whatever the character sheet's giving me 14 AC, probably for my armor.
That's fine. I'll give you 14. Okay, so
Another
here we
armor
go.
+1 protection.
Here we go. Crow. It missed Crow. Crow takes the 100, bats it to the side, and then Twigs. And you have 14. I have +2. Miss. You bat it to the side. Okay. Now we're gonna do Quillis. There's literally like, I don't know, 100 of these baby spiders crawling towards you, but only a few of them have started attacking. They're basically
So-
like white. They're like white. They haven't really developed their pigment yet. They're kind of like white and gray, and they're crawling kind of slow. They're not really agile yet. They're babies, but they're still aggressive.
How far away are they? They're this huge group of spiders, a swarm.
You guys are in a clearing like about 10 by 10, and
Okay.
the spiders are coming over like the level of your head on over the cocoons that are all kind of stacked up. They're coming over from the cocoons. They're all coming at you. So basically, they're like let's say 3 feet away and closing in. The ones that attacked leaped at you. Okay, go ahead.
I'm last, right?
I have
last.
Quillis, then Twigs, then Hyphy.
What's up? Okay, Quillis.
So I don't have any area of effect spells, which I realize is an oversight.
You might not want area of effect spells. Just saying, because any thoughts? This is at a game. Would this all be flammable, or what do you think? Like this, would this whole, if you like lit a fireball, would this whole room go up in smoke, or what?
Yeah, a 10 by 10. Yeah.
No, the room is a 40 high by 40 wide,
Oh.
but on the first level, there's all cocoons.
Right. Okay.
I
And
think
some
with
of
an
those cocoons could still be alive, Well, people could still be alive.
What a mother! That's just wonderful. You just said that. You know what? As you said that, make a perception check, please. Give me. Tell me how high you roll.
Nat 1 +5.
You see more spiders. You can't quite count them, but there's a lot.
the spiders are alive at least.
Cool.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah,
Maybe,
I think
maybe you can get some of their venom for your toxicology purposes. Just saying.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, you know what? Also, Quillis, make a insight check, please. That's your intelligence check, but you may not. Probably don't have insight, so without proficiency, right?
no. So my insight is +0, so that's 14.
Okay. Back in the day when you were learning your wizard spells, you saw this cool ass spell book. It was covered with spider shells. That was the outside of the book. So you just stop for a second. Hey, I get these spider shells. You can cover your spell book with that. It looks cool. Just saying.
Okay.
Especially the ones downstairs. Those were hard. Those were nice and strong spider shells.
I'll go back on the way out and maybe grab a couple.
Okay, Jay, you're up.
Yeah. So I think the best thing that I can do is just are there any in range with me? I know they attacked people around me. Can I walk up to some of them and melee attack one?
Yeah, you can probably get, let's say, 2 at a time because they're close together. So if you want to do like a cantrip, like a final light or something, you can hit 2 at a time. Want to do that?
Yeah.
Since they're walking slow, their armor class is only 8. So
Okay.
what do you need?
So I have a +6 spellcasting.
Basically, just don't roll a 1 then.
Ooh, wrong die. Okay, that's natural 17, so I think I hit.
So is that a final light?
Yes.
So the whole room lights up for a minute. The last 2 spiders. How do you kill them? You got 2.
Should I roll damage or do I just kill them?
No, they don't. They only have. Well, go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh, it rolled around that 1 and then ended up on 5.
You blast 2 spiders to bits.
Okay.
I'm sorry, just take that away from you. Did you want to elaborate on that?
No,
How you cast the spell?
I think that tracks. Like I remember that the spider shells looked really cool on the spell book. So I was like, maybe I can try to kill some of these and then get their exoskeletons, and then they disintegrate. So I'll try harder or try to do something different next time.
The baby's a little squishy. That's all.
But that's
okay.
my whole turn.
I have 2 more spider attacks. That's my memory number. Three and 5. Twigs again, the same. Twigs and crawl. Let's do crawl first. Miss and twigs. Ooh. I rolled a nat 20.
Bring it.
So your Indian
Native American.
Your Native American training has taught you that some of these spiders can get a lucky hit. One leaps on you, it goes right through your neck and bites you. It just does 2 damage, but it leaves a scar. This poison made a little scar. You're gonna take 2 damage, and if you make a saving throw, no poison. But if you miss your saving throw, you'll take 1 poison damage. So, saving throw DC 8, weak poison.
So I need an 8 plus what? Constitution.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I rolled a 1.
Okay, so you take 3 damage total. So you're down to 11. So you're getting low.
It's not a bad nat 20 hit.
When the spider jumped on the druid, you hear the sound like yee. All right. Now it's going to be Twigs. Twigs, you're up.
Okay.
You got a spider on your shoulder.
Right. Well, on my neck. All right. I guess I have to grab it, throw it to the ground, and chop it with my scimitar.
Okay, just roll. Give me a d20 roll for that.
20. Yes, take that, bitch.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I describe how you kill it.
That's what I do.
Exactly.
I grab it by the neck, throw it to the ground, and freaking chop it in half with my scimitar, and it oozes. One part goes this way, one part goes that way. 8 legs, 4 and 4, sliced in half. Can I roll damage and double it?
You can. You can. Go ahead.
Take that, you bastard! I got pissed. I lost my druid cool. Got pissed at the spider. 7, 14 damage.
Wow. Wow. Spider guts. You made spider soup, basically.
Okay, so that's 1 down. So he
now
killed 3 down.
Yeah, 3 down. Now Hyphy's up.
Okay, so Hyphy went last because she was looking around the room for where are they headed, and having not any spiders on her, but wanting to head toward another either set of stairs, or what do you see? Like, what did she see looking around the room? Where would we be going next? You know what I mean? Because I want to move in that direction after.
Okay, great. So the ceiling is quite high. The ceiling is 40 feet up, and you can see another chamber above you. The stairs that were going to that chamber have been completely destroyed. so you can't really make a clear way up the stairs to the higher chamber. But you notice that there's a couple. It looks like someone pulled some trees out of the forest and dropped them right through the tower, because there's tree logs from the center of the room going up to the third chamber. And where the trees go up, there's like, the floor has been destroyed. So there's basically tree logs going to the third floor that replaced the stairs that were destroyed. And that's in the center of the room. And the whole bottom of the floor, except where you are, is covered with cocoons. And you just see, at this point, just the baby spiders and some webs on the walls, and the trees leading up to the third chamber.
Are the cocoons like baby spider nests, or are they like victims that they've, like orcs and goblins and other humans?
Victims.
Other victims.
Humanoid victims.
How close is the closest sturdy looking tree log that's connected, or it looks like could be climbed to get to the next level?
The tree logs are in the center of the room, so let's say 15 feet from you. You just have to climb over some cocoons to get there. That's all.
Right. So rough terrain.
You can try to jump, but it's quite a jump to do that without hitting the cocoons.
Well, no, I'm going to head toward a tree, but I'm first going to cast a bonus action shillelagh, and as I'm headed in that direction, I want to be swinging at, if there are any of these small spiders on the way, swinging at them, like playing polo.
Okay, I was getting some feedback. Do you know who that is? Is that, and maybe it's Bob, or is it me? It seems to be when I talk. Do you guys hear some feedback? Just checking.
Not right now. It wasn't too loud. Me.
Okay, great. Okay, I want everybody to make a perception check, please. Just intelligence, D20 roll, add your intelligence bonus. If you are proficient with that skill, you add your proficiency, which is +2. And give me a roll.
22.
Give me, not bad. Okay, anybody, who else?
16.
Okay, Twigs.
We got a 15.
Okay, Sir Balin made it. Okay, so just as you guys move a little bit, you guys are fighting the spiders. You notice that I'm gonna say Quillis, Twigs, and Sir Balin notice a little hand come up from the cocoons. Someone's in there. It's like a little human hand, maybe. And just like this, looks like this. And someone's alive in there, about them in the center of the cocoons by the tree logs that are going up.
So
now, knowing that, go ahead. You're up, Hyphy.
Okay, so if I had seen that before I started moving, I would have. How close is this person or this live
about 10 feet from you, but it's in the center of the cocoons. 10 to 12 feet from you.
So in the opposite direction from a tree log, going up there?
It's near the tree log. It's in the direction of the tree logs.
Okay, so I'm going to continue to do what I was going to do, but I'm headed toward the moving hand before the tree log. So I'm kind of varying course just a little bit, but I have my quarterstaff ready. If I can possibly smash a spider along the way, great, or two.
You said you were doing shillelagh?
I cast shillelagh as a bonus action, and then I was taking my movement to head toward the tree log, but seeing the hand, then I will veer slightly off from that.
I'm gonna let you attack 2 spiders for your action. If you want to do that, they're in your path. Want to do that?
Okay. Well, I mean, I cast shillelagh, but then I saw the hand, so I mean, my character probably would have gone toward the hand if there weren't any spiders in the way. If there are spiders on the way to the hand, then yes, I want to hit 2 spiders.
Yeah, you get 2 spiders. They're a little slower than your average vicious monster. So go ahead and attack twice. Oh, I'm
Ooh,
sorry,
nat
armor
20.
class 8. Not a third, not 20. Wow. Okay, how do you kill it?
Is this 2 or 1?
Well, that's
This is
for
just for
one.
1. That's for 1.
Roll again for the other one.
Yeah. 11.
That hit. It's
Okay.
armor
All
class
right.
8. They're slow. Tell us how you kill it.
So basically what I'm doing is like I'm playing polo, but I don't have a pony. So I smash the one and hopefully it goes far enough that it hits a wall and kind of oozes down. And then the other one, hopefully I do some damage on.
You do. Those 2 spiders are you want to roll damage?
Not if I don't need to.
Not really.
Okay.
They got between 1 and 2 hit points. Those spiders are pretty much destroyed, and so you're able to make it to the logs if you're climbing on the cocoons. Are you?
Well, first I was headed to the person with the movement on the hand.
Which is on the cocoons. So as you step on the cocoons, you notice that some of them are squishy, and but there's definitely people or bodies in there at one time. They were. The poison of the spiders is such that once they cocoon a host, they inject them with poison, and the poison turns their flesh and bones to like a soupy ooze, so they can eat them later. Cool, right? And so you're stepping over squishy cocooned, and some this ooze like a soup starts to come out. It's like a pink color as you crawl over the cocoons. It's nice and bouncy. It would be nice and it'd be a nice place to sleep, nice and bouncy if you didn't mind sleeping with spiders.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, let's go to. Let's start at the top. 2 spiders are gonna leap. 2 more spiders are gonna leap. This time, Hyphy and Kroll. Dang, Kroll is just attacking those spiders. The spiders love orcs. Here we go, Hyphy. Hit. You take 1 point damage and make a saving throw DC 8 with poison.
15 plus.
You take 1 point damage. Down to 17, and I'm gonna do Kroll now. Miss. Okay. And now we're gonna do Quillis. You're up.
So Quillis will follow forward and
Gonna crawl over the cocoons.
yeah.
You're a little bigger, so like squishy, soupy pus comes out of the cocoons. It's like a pink, and it just has a strange smell. It doesn't smell awful, but it just smells a little strange.
Yeah, not a fan.
You want to try some of the soup? No?
I'm gonna go with no. At least for now. I'll keep it in mind, but I will at least want to sit down and cook it first, and I don't see that happening right now. So I think I will walk over to the person.
You can investigate hand. I'll let you attack 1 spider on the way. You want to do
that? Sure.
Okay. Just I'm a class 8.
Different die. This one. Total of 10 to hit.
You hit. What's your spell type modifier, by the way, which is your proficiency and your intelligence?
It should be +6.
Okay, so you basically need like a 2, right?
Yeah.
So just don't roll. Basically, just don't roll a 1.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you hit with?
So this would be a chill touch. So as I'm walking forward, or I guess running and climbing over stuff, there's a like necrotic hand that I just kind of point over to a spider that's near me, and the hand just squashes it.
It does squish, and the guts come out from the necrotic fingers. Like you squish like a raw egg.
Mhm.
Okay, now the hand seems to be like a little. You think maybe it's like a child's hand. It's kind of small, like a human, maybe a human hand, and it's reaching up for the cocoons.
Would I be able to investigate the cocoon and or try to cut it down? I did an attack.
Yeah, yes, you can. What kind of you need a sharp weapon to cut through
I have a
webs?
dagger.
You do? Okay. Just give me an attack roll and tell me what you roll. Attack the cocoons.
Natural 11 and proficiency is +2, so
That's enough. You start cutting the cocoons and you see the hand start reaching out and you see like some golden locks, some hair. See the person's head. It looks like maybe like a little girl.
okay.
You
I
try
think
to pull her out.
I think I shouldn't, because if the first thing that she sees is a giant goat person, that's usually not conducive to happy.
You're worried that she's going to be afraid of you. How thoughtful.
A little bit. So
But
I
you're
think
fuzzy.
I'll just try to cut it so that maybe Twigs can come in and finish off taking her out of the pod. So I think I'll just wait, turn around, and be ready for any oncoming spiders.
Okay. And with that, I will go to Twig.
Okay, so it sounds like she needs a good berry, right? She's pretty messed up.
Right now, her head's still covered with webs.
Right.
You can't even get to her mouth yet. She's still basically in the cocoons. He hasn't pulled her out of the cocoons yet. You can just kind of yank her out with your hand if you want.
Yeah. Do I have to make a strength check or something like that?
Well, give me an attack roll.
Okay. Ooh,
Yeah,
I rolled.
Okay, you start pulling her out of the cocoons, and the webs do give, and you see this little girl. She has a white robe, like a nightgown, and she's basically like she was like stolen out of her bed kind of thing, like ready for bed. She's all dirty and scuffed, but otherwise she seems pretty unharmed, except for being dirty and all webby. She looks at you and she just doesn't say anything, but her eyes are open and want to dust the webs off her face and her body.
Yeah, and we'll give her a good berry.
Oh, okay, that's you hand her a good berry. Now she grabs it. She says, "Thank you, you saved me." She's a little girl. She's maybe 8 years old, human, golden brown hair, a little scuffed up, but otherwise unharmed. There are some spiders around, but no one's attacking you just yet. And I forgot to about Sabella and Kroll. They're gonna attack some spiders right now. Let's see. Here you go. Sabella smashes 2 spiders, and Kroll smashes 2 more spiders against the wall. So this is 4 spiders left. Back to the top. I'm going to do one more round of attack right here. You guys know your number? Number 2 and Ooh, two. Quillis. Two spiders come for you.
Oh, fun.
Both on the wizard. Here we go.
No good deed goes unpunished.
They both miss.
Okay.
He's batting aside. Like, all right. Okay. Let's go to Hyphy. What are you doing now?
Where am I compared to where the girl is?
You are next to Twigs and Quillis on top of the cocoons near the tree stumps. Like center,
Okay.
let's say center of the room. You guys are all through there, and then Balin and Kroll are back where the clearing is, smashing spiders. And
Okay.
yeah, so you guys are all up there by the cocoons. On top
He's
of the
got
cocoons.
her. Twigs is already taking care of her. Are there any other spiders in the vicinity that I can go after with my quarterstaff?
Yeah, you can do two more. Go ahead. Armor class 8.
10 for the first one, 8 for the second one. So that doesn't hit, but I did hit the first one, right?
8. It's armor class 8.
Okay. All right.
Matching.
Yes. Thank you.
How do you kill him?
Same way. I'm really enjoying this sort of back and forth. This is more of a weed whacker kind of a thing where I'm just going back and forth on the ground like this and trying to smash them against the wall.
Good. All right. Okay, and I'm gonna go to Twig. Did I miss you, Twigs?
No, I rescued the girl, gave her good berry.
Okay, let's go to Quillis again. She hasn't eaten the good berry. He looks at it like she accepts it though, but she hasn't eaten it. You want to push it in her mouth?
No, I won't force her. Just the
She has it in her hand. Okay, let's go to Quillis.
spit it out. It's candy.
So I think Quillis will try to.
1 second. Bob, mute your voice just to see if that will stop the sound I'm hearing. Yeah, that actually stopped it. So there were some sounds coming, like some background sounds coming from your speaker, I think. No, it was your computer. And now it's clear. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Aquilus. Sorry.
So, Quillis will try to just walk up the log, keep going, because I don't think it's possible, or I mean, probably possible, but we're probably not going to spend the next hour trying to get all 100 of these spiders. So I will try to
climb up the tree stump and give me a roll. Just don't roll a 1. If you do, be honest.
Of course. I have different dice for each roll, for each kind of roll. So, yeah. Well, I technically rolled a 1, but I also rolled another 1. It was an 11.
Okay, 11. So there's like these stumps. You know how the trees have branches, and you're easily able to climb up the tree log, and you get to the 3rd level.
Okay.
And there's basically a clearing, like a 15 by 15 clearing, and then that goes into a room. There's a door which is shut, and this whole thing is stone walls. And you can, if you want to, you can leap on the clearing and then go towards the door, which is shut. And there's cobwebs like that are against the door. Basically, like there's heavy webbing across the door, but it's shut. And there's some statues which are carved into the walls on both sides of the door, which enters the 3rd chamber.
All right. I will
Otherwise, the room seems to be empty.
I will not enter the chamber. Before I walk toward the door with whatever movement I have left, which probably won't be much, I will look down from the top, the little hole in the ground, and just checking my range. And I will throw a another chill touch down, at some of the spiders on the ground, and
You
kill
do.
one from the 3rd level.
Just don't roll a 1. You can give me 2 attack rolls. 2 a higher hit.
6 and that was cocked. 6 and 4. So
How do you kill these 2?
so the necrotic hand, just kind of, like if this is the ground, it kind of appears here and then swats 2 of them at once.
Smash 2 eggs. You do. And I'm gonna roll for Sabalin. He's gonna smash 2 more spiders. He does. He kills 2, then crawl. And he kills 2. Okay, the spiders are getting under control. You guys are smashing them. I'm gonna give Twigs and actually 1 more round each. Go ahead, Twigs. Well, you gotta put your voice on now. Your voice back. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Or
I
there you
think
go.
it's probably best to get up the log. You know, the
Okay.
higher ground.
Just don't roll a 1. You're good.
Well, I'm gonna take the little girl's hand and.
Oh, you're gonna pull her?
Yeah, I rolled 11.
Okay, you pick up the girl, and she seems to be fine going with you. She seems a little bit quiet. She hasn't said anything except "Thank you, you saved me," and maybe she's in shock. She seems to be okay. You don't know how long she's been down here, but she seems to be okay. And you start climbing up the log, and you do. And Hyphy?
So I'm going to be supporting her from behind, making sure that she's able to get up, and then again heading up the log just as they have. Before I head upward, though, looking around at the cocoons, anything else moving other than spiders? Any other hands waving out, or?
At this point, there's no more. You don't see any more hands, and the spiders are the population is under control. There's just a few, and they seem to stop attacking at this point. And we don't see anything else.
Okay.
You see
All right.
Sabella and Crow start to move towards the tree logs.
Okay, I'm just going to be behind the little girl, making sure that everybody in front of me is getting up all right.
Okay, you do, and it's working fine. Hit your volume, Bob. If you listen to, I'm gonna share this recording with you. If you hear the recording, you can hear the sound. At least from my end, you can. Okay. Okay. Is everybody going up the log? Give me 1 more D20 roll to get upstairs if you want to go that high.
16 plus.
I need, so Hyphy, you start going up. You're doing fine. Twigs, give me I'm gonna say a 10. Okay. You're carrying the girl. She's about 30 pounds, 35 pounds. She's pretty light. You guys get up. You want to crawl up to the 3rd chamber with Quillis?
Yes.
Okay. You get up to the 3rd chamber. There's a clearing about 15 by 15. Everything is stone walled. Again, there's a very little light coming from some holes in the wall. Outside, if you look out the hole, you can see the Shadow Valley, which is where the 5 families castles are. And everything is stone walled, and there's a stone door in the center of the room. It seems to be locked and covered with cobwebs, and 2 statues on either side of the door.
Do we recognize these statues? Is there any sort of iconography that we can see? Are they just like decorative gargoyle type things?
They seem to be large humanoid statues of, like, I want to say the word that comes to mind is like fishmen, men that have like fish heads, shaped heads, and little gills on their necks, and they're very muscular, and they're just kind of like in action. They're like in action, but they seem to be carved into the wall. And then there's some writing under on like a surface on the wall. There's some carved writing. You notice when you investigate.
Do any of us understand what the writing says?
Give me an intelligence check. You can do investigation. You can do religion. What your skill? You have religion?
I do have religion.
Just give me a religion check.
Ooh. 9.
That's enough. You recognize these words. It says in common, but in an old tongue, but in common. Awaken Cthulhu.
Oh, fun.
And these fishmen seem to be something that maybe come from the sea. So yeah, they have that. He's looking at a door also that's covered with cobwebs. Just then, Kroll and Sabal and climb up. They roll for them. They're good. They join you. Hyphy?
Quigs. I think Quigs was next, or is it my turn?
We'll give you a turn, and I'll go to Twigs.
What's going on with the little girl? Basically, if I'm seeing that it sounds like she's in shock. I would have pulled my bedroll out of my pack and wrapped it around her, and tried to help her, encourage her to eat the good berry if she could, and I would just gently ask for her name.
You made a D20 attack roll to help her eat the good berry.
I'm not going to shove it in her mouth. Did you say an attack roll? I'm definitely not doing that.
It's not an attack roll. It's just an encouragement roll.
16 plus whatever modifier for encouragement. I have a charisma bonus of 2, so probably an 18. Is that fair?
Right. So it's like feeding an old person. You're like putting the food in their mouth, or feeding the baby. There you go. Feeding the baby. And then she eats it, and she goes, and then she starts eating it and swallowing it. So she's doing okay. She think it's nice of you to cover her, wrap her up. That's nice, and she seems to be okay. She's coming around. She wipes her eyes. There's like webs in her eyes. Want to try to talk to her?
Yeah, definitely asked her name.
My name is Matilda. I'm gonna be in trouble. I think I'm late for supper. Aunt Sarah is gonna be angry with me.
Aunt Sarah is going to be so excited that you're doing okay. I'm sure she's worried terribly about you. What made you come to this wreckage of a place anyway? Did you come alone? Did you get lost?
I was collecting my daisies, and she puts her hand in her little pouch, and she brings out some daisies which have wilted by now. She goes, "Oh, they're not so good anymore. Sorry. I'm not supposed to go far from home, but I went a little too far. I don't remember much. I know I'm supposed to be home, but I've seen the moon twice now, so I think I've missed dinner."
I think you've been very lucky, and there'll be plenty more daisies for you to collect in the future. Now, we're not done here yet, and so there may be some more scary things. We're going to need you to listen to what we tell you so that we can get you out of here safely. Can you do that? Can you follow along with us and listen and do what we ask you to do if we ask you to stay back?
She looks at the Goat King, and she, taking a liking to you, she jumps on the Goat King's back like a horsey ride. And she sees she had goats back home, so she rides them. So she just felt like you were like one of her goats back home. jumps on your back. Are you okay with that, or are you gonna knock her off? Is Quillis done? She's getting a free ride. So she'll be, she seems to be a little strong. She's okay. She's gonna hang on to the Goat King's back unless he tells me he's gonna knock her off. And we can continue. Are you going to?
I'm gonna try to read what. Oh no, he read it already. He read it. Are we all there at the doorway now? So like we're ready to go forward?
Yeah. So Balin starts cutting the webs to the door off. As he moves them aside, it seems to be that it's locked. There's a keyhole. The door's locked. But you notice, make a. Since you're there, I want you to make a perception check. Hiking.
We'll get our rogue to the front of the party to check out this door lock. I'm just kidding, we don't have it. All right, 15. Oh, 20. Dirty 20.
20?
Mm-hmm.
20 perception?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you, and you can whisper to the party. The keyhole is big enough you can see inside. There's some light, and it's another chamber, and the walls from the outside have been mostly crumbled down to where if you walked off the edge, you would fall into you'd go into the Shadow Valley. So basically, it's about a 20 by 20 room, and you smell something cooking, like maybe chicken or beef, not sure. And there's some movement inside, and you see a large gray figure, and you see some flames on the right corner of the room. And there's like a roast. You know how you have a bar, and then you put the meat, and you turn it around like this. So there's a thing that's going around like this, and it's going over low flames, and the room seems to be pretty empty except for the large figure in the center. And there's some light from the holes in the wall, and that's what you see so far.
Okay, so I communicate that to everybody very quietly. Does it look like the ogre that we came here to eradicate? Is he that large or no?
It could be an ogre, but you don't get a clear. There's some dirt and gunk in the way, so it could be an ogre, but you're not sure. It's pretty huge.
Okay, and just to clarify,
That's all you can tell.
The far end of the room is where it just falls off. Like it looks like right in front of the door, there's floor, but then the far end of the room is where the wall's missing and you would just fall off.
Inside the room, if you can get inside the room, you see that the walls have been destroyed, but the room is there, but the walls have been destroyed. You can see out. You can see like clouds and
Okay.
the Shadow Valley out like basically like a natural window if you knock the wall down. But there's places to step and walk. And the ogre's there in the center. I guess it is an ogre.
But he hasn't looked toward the door yet. So he doesn't know we're there. Okay, so I'm going to communicate to everybody what I see and as clearly as I can, so we know not to all run in and fall off the floor.
Okay, let me give on Twigs one round. Mm-hmm. Twigs, you're up. You there?
Yeah. All right. So, the gnome's at the door looking through the keyhole, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. There's not much I can do to get ready. I mean, there's nothing behind us. We're all in this tunnel, kind of, and the doorway's in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably just whisper the little girl, would tell her to stay here in case we have to go in and fight.
Yeah, but she's on top of the Goat King's back now, so she's.
Oh, she is?
Unless you pull her off, yeah.
No, I'm not gonna pull her off. I'll just tell her, when she's on top of it.
She's found a perch that she's happy with.
Yeah. Well, she's definitely. Well, the wizard's not gonna go charging in there, so.
We hope.
I don't know. We kind of have to come up with a plan, I guess, right? Are we going to go
Quill
in and fight?
says,
Or
Quill says anybody can pick locks.
Anybody
No.
what?
Can
Pick
pick
locks.
locks.
it's the door's definitely locked. I mean, I don't want to try the door because it'll just make noise.
Sir Balance says, I'm ready. I'm ready.
We gotta get
I'm ready to.
the-
I'm ready to do this. Sir Balance like, got a sword, got a shield. I'm ready to do this.
If
I'm
we
gonna
try
tell
pounding on
them.
the door, it's just going to wake up the ogre.
He's cooking.
But it's not like he's deaf. He can hear us. I mean, potentially hear us if we try to bash down the door.
Is Quillis there? Did we lose Quillis?
Yeah, he's still there. He's just kind of taking it all in, taking a minute.
Okay, you do that. We're gonna end there. Good
Oh,
job, guys. We're gonna continue next week. My phone is low. Also, my phone's low on charge. So, you guys have any further last minute things before we end?
Yeah, we're going to need some more help with an ogre. He
Okay,
ain't no
good.
spider.
Good. You
So
have. Well, you
are
have right now. You have 5 characters, so that's
Yeah.
it's an advantage in numbers.
Are we going to get help from the other team if they come back next week?
I'll let him enter if they come back, and
Alright.
since the make an insight check, Hyphy.
And then I have a question too. 2 plus,
You rolled a 2.
yeah, 4
I
total.
rolled a 12.
You two gather that you might be able to rest here only because the thing was blocked off with webs, and probably it hasn't been opened in a long time. So the ogre obviously doesn't use this door, right? That's one thing. As long as you can have maybe somebody stand watch for spiders or whatnot, you can probably
Yeah,
you can try to do a short
we
rest.
had a rogue.
Who's the rogue?
We have a rogue. So didn't one of our James's wife was Gwen, or not?
Oh
Gwen,
yeah,
but
yeah. So
she's a rogue.
That's
right?
Lisa.
right. So we're
Yeah,
not sure
Lisa.
if she comes back, she'll be the rogue. But if she doesn't come back, you guys are it. So figure out what you're gonna do. Think about it. We'll continue next week. Good job.
Last question.
Yes.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
How much floor did I see? Like if I had to guess, how big, I know the walls are gone, but how much floor is there before the drop off? If I had to guess, just
It's
what I
about
could see
it's
through the
about a 20
keyhole.
by 20, similar to the first room downstairs.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll end there. Thank you guys.
Thank
Text
you.
me.